Pat and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure there'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
It is breakfast time in Greendale. If you knock on Pat's door and go in, you'll see Sarah bustling about.
Julian, it's time you were off.
Pat is finishing his breakfast. Time I was off too. Julian is getting ready for school.
Right, off you go. Bye, Mum. Bye.
Jess, have you seen my hat? Where did I put it? Ah, there it is. Time we were off. It's not our usual day today, Jess. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Pat. Good luck.
Hold on tight, Jess. Off we go. Sam Waldron's out early too. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Pat. Where's your van, Pat?
Can't stop. Taking the bus.
A bus? What's he on about?
Major Forbes has spotted the new notice in the post office window. Dashed good idea, what?
It'll be extra work for Pat, though, said Mrs. Pottage.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Pat.
Hello, Jess. Come on, Katie. Time for school. Bye, Pat.
Bye, Katie. Morning, Mrs. Goggins. We're ready to go. Hope you've got the keys safely.
Oh, yes, Pat. And a fine morning to you, too. Here they are.
Oh, thanks very much. This is exciting. I'll pop back in for the letters when I've got her warmed up. I left it down the next street, out of the way. Somewhere round this corner. Ah, there she is. I wonder why Pat has left his van round the corner. Here he comes. What's this? It's not his usual van. It's new. It's a Royal Mail post bus.
You are going to be busy, Pat, now that you're to pick up passengers as well as deliver and collect the mail.
I know. Granny Dryden wants to ride into Ingledale to do her shopping.
Oh, that reminds me. You'd best see if the Reverend wants a lift. His old car broke down on Wednesday.
I'll not forget. Cheerio.
Bye, Pat.
The post bus stops outside the church. The Reverend Timms didn't seem to be ready. Pat had some letters for him.
Oh, Pat,
I wanted to go into Ingledale on your lovely new post bus today, but oh dear. I found these knots in my handkerchief, and I know they're to remind me about something, but bless me, I cannot think what it is. Well, Reverend, I won't be able to keep my passengers waiting. I'll have to be on my way. Don't wait for me, Pat. I'll get the old bicycle out, if I remember in time. Well, here's your mail anyway. Goodbye, Reverend. Bye, Pat. Off he went to the next stop. Granny Dryden was ready and waiting for Pat, with her stick and shopping bag. The door's on the other side, Granny Dryden.
Well, Pat, this is something new. What a lovely way to go shopping.
Mind the step.
Oh.
Whoops-a-daisy. Pat was feeling quite excited now that he had his first passenger. Off we go, Jess.
Oh, Pat, stop, I've forgotten me hat.
Oh, dear. Back we go.
I won't be long. I knew I'd forget summit.
I wonder if we'll ever get to Ingledale, Jess. Ah, here she comes. It was a lovely hat. A pity to leave it behind. All aboard. I just hope she hasn't forgotten anything else. I think we have another passenger, Jess. Miss Hubbard must have a lot of shopping to do.
Stop! 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 Thank you, Pat. If you could pass me a bag or two.
Certainly, Miss Hubbard. Pat helps with the shopping baskets and carrier bags. It was a struggle to fit everything in.
Thank you, Pat. Good morning, Granny Dryden.
All safe and sound. At last they were able to move off. There's Ted Glenn waiting by his workshop. What's he up to? He usually goes into town in his Land Rover. I'll ride into Ingledale with you, Pat. I need a new gearbox for the Land Rover.
Oh, Ted, do look where you're putting your big feet.
Sorry, Miss Hubbard. I didn't see your old basket there.
It isn't an old basket, Ted, though it looks it after being stuck on your foot.
It used to be a lot quieter carrying letters and parcels, didn't it, Jess? They went on their way at last. Over the hills, round to the right, and along bumpy country lanes, round to the left. Was Pat trying to catch up on lost time?
Oh, slow down, Pat. You're making me all wobbly.
Now what? Pat had to slow down because of Sam Waldron's mobile shop. It was a tight squeeze. Come on, Pat. Left hand down a bit. Take it slowly, or you'll scratch your new post bus.
Pat, how about a little light refreshment? I'm sure Sam has something we can buy.
Yes, a biscuit would be nice.
It seemed a good idea. Can I give you a hand, Miss Hubbard?
Oh, Thank you, Ted.
Pat decided to check a nearby letterbox.
Well, I've got biscuits, oatmeal, chocolates to drink, Sam.
He found two letters.
Orange juice.
You have ginger biscuits?
Oh, I can't eat those.
These
They're
little
too
cakes
hard.
are nice.
You'll all be spent up before you get to Ingledale, said Pat. And we really should be on our way. I have the letters to deliver as well as you know.
I haven't finished me biscuits.
Take 'em with you. Mind the step, Granny Dryden. After you, Miss Hubbard. Bye, Pat. And thanks.
Have we left any behind, Jess? That's one thing about letters. They never get out for a biscuit. He passes by Garner Hall.
Hello, Pat. Good luck, old fellow.
Oh dear. What now? What's PC Selby doing?
Stop. Stop. Sorry, Pat. You can't go this way. The old bridge isn't safe. It's all this rain. These floods are dreadful.
Oh dear, and we're running late as well.
I know a shortcut. Just go straight on this way.
Thanks, PC Selby.
Sorry about the bother, Pat. Then left, past the signpost. Down here. Don't worry, you'll be all right. Don't worry, he says.
Feels like a ploughed field.
Watch the gate.
Just enough room. I hope Ted knows what he's doing.
I knew it. We're lost. You don't know which way from t'other, young Ted.
That's not fair. I've been this way dozens of times. It looks a bit different today, that's all.
Oh!
Now where?
We're lost.
There was only one way to go.
Oh, please, ride me over.
I know where we are. This is the road to Thompson Ground. There were letters to deliver. And Alf was waiting to see the new post bus.
Hello, Pat.
Usual delivery, Alf.
Thank you, Ted.
Hello, Dot.
Hello, Ted. Hello, Miss Hubbard.
Granny Dryden was asleep. She woke up.
Where are we? Are we there? Where's the market?
Ted was looking at Alf's tractor.
It just won't come off. It will.
Well, she told me.
Lord save us. Look out! Ah, oh heavens! Ouch! Was that the Reverend? Let's go and see. You all right, Reverend? What a ride! Thank the Lord, Alf, that you have hay in your barn. Oh, but I remember now. That's what the knots were for. 1, to remember my sister's birthday. 2, to remember to post her present.
And 3, said Pat.
To get new brakes for my bicycle.
Why don't you go to town in the post bus? And I'll mend your bike for you. I'll bring it round to the vicarage tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Alf.
Time we were on our way, said Pat.
All aboard. I think I'll sit in front with Jess. I'm sure he won't mind.
Next stop, Ingledale.
Cheerio.
Ingledale at last. Everybody back here, please, at 2 o'clock.
We'll not be late, said Miss Hubbard.
But when 2 o'clock came, Granny Dryden was missing. We can't go without her, said Pat.
I'll go and look for her, said Miss Hubbard. She'll be in the market, getting potatoes.
I wonder where she's got to.
She'll be having a good gossip somewhere. Oh, there you are. Have you seen Miss Hubbard? She's looking for you.
Looking for me?
Said Granny Dryden.
I wasn't lost.
I'll tell you what. You sit in the bus, and I'll go and look for Miss Hubbard.
No sooner had Ted gone than Miss Hubbard came back.
Oh, I can't find Granny Dryden anywhere, she said. I think we'll have to report her missing. Oh, there she is in the bus. How did she get there?
Well, you see...
And where's Ted gone?
Looking for you.
But I'm not lost.
I know you're not lost, but... Oh, never mind. We'll just have to wait. And I don't know when we're going to get back to Greendale. I think I'll sit in the bus and read my paper. But Ted soon came back, and they set off home again. There were letters and a parcel to take to George Lancaster at Intake Farm. George was collecting the eggs.
Hey, there's Pat.
Hello, George.
Hello, Pat. I like your new post bus. It's a great idea. Do you think I could take a dozen hens to the market in it tomorrow?
Indeed not, said Miss Hubbard. Just think of the feathers. We'd all be sneezing for a week. Oh, but what lovely eggs. May I buy half a dozen, please? I forgot to get some at the market.
There you are, 6 lovely fresh eggs, Miss Hubbard.
Thank you, George.
Mind you don't break them.
It was soon time to be on their way.
Bye, Pat.
There's Dorothy waving from her gate. What can be the matter?
Oh, Pat, she said. Mrs. Goggins has been on the phone. She's ever so worried. She's wondering where you've all got to. Thinks you've had an accident with the new post bus. Why not come in and give her a ring? You must all come in for a cup of tea and a cake, said Dorothy. You're welcome. You must be parched after your trip.
Most kind.
Oh, Mrs. Goggins does worry so. Hello, Mrs. Goggins. Yes? No, we haven't been to Blackpool, just Ingledale. All safe and sound. We'll be back soon. Goodbye.
What a time we've had. It's a wonder Pat managed to get us all home again.
Now, don't you worry about your old bike, Reverend. I've given it a good oiling. It's as good as new. It just needs some new brake pads. I'll pop round with it tomorrow.
More tea, Granny Dryden?
Well, just one more cup.
There was a saucer of milk for Jess. Come on, everybody. Time to be off.
Hang on, Pat. I'll help you turn in the yard. Back you come. Come on. Careful, stop. Right, off you go.
It had been a long day. The next stop was at Miss Hubbard's cottage. Here we are, Miss Hubbard. Your stop.
Just a minute, Pat. Mustn't forget anything.
Careful as you get out. Mind the step.
Thank you, Pat. Goodbye.
Then it was Granny Dryden's turn. Here, let me give you a hand down, Granny Dryden.
Thanks, Pat. Me hat! I've lost me hat!
Here it is. Looks as though she's been sitting on it.
Thanks, Ted. I'll see you to your door, Granny Dryden.
Thanks, Pat.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bye, Ted.
Bye, Pat.
The last stop before home was at the church.
Thank you. My goodness, it's been quite a day. Oh, Pat, I still have a knot in my handkerchief.
Now then, Reverend, said Pat, is it a new one, or just one that you forgot to undo?
I've forgotten, said the Reverend. Oh, dear. Goodbye, Pat.
Time we remembered to go home, Jess.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat.
Boom, 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 be-dum, dum, dilly-dum, boom.